I am Michael Lighten, and this is Michael Lighten's books that's going to be read. I'm reading a chapter for one of my works. I'll put an extra in there because of the cover's exchange. The year of the old Rough Man International had a year in there. I was asked, to take the years out. That's from Divine Source, which I hear from time to time. Wish I heard it more. Anyway, said as I was sitting quietly in my reading chair, said to take the years out. I was always obsessed with the years, so I put in there a couple of stuff that I had talked about the years. And removing the years from me, I had to take it off the covers. The covers are the hard part. You should go through Fiverr, we work it out. Haven't done that yet, so I went to Amazon, put on Amazon the covers, so I can only sell it on Amazon, so I don't get in trouble. But on the other end, the other cover is much more clearer than the Amazon cover, which has a blur to it because it's probably not able to take as many pixels or something like that. So I did the research on it. I said, well, I'll do this in briefly, then I'll take the other one, the other year out. So in Rothman International, the year here is 2166, but you have to be like a jury and disregard that. So I'm reading these works so that you can hear how the writing flows and see if you have interest. My works are all futuristic so far, except for some poetry, a 2 volume set called Care Teachings for a New World. So this is Roughman International. Exclude the year, pretend like you're a jury. In the New Times, these questions began at the age of 4 when she consistently asked why. And this is Chelsea Urbana. When that question was answered, she asked why to the answer given. Until those around her, exasperated, left the area to end the questions. Once at 6 years old, her mother, Sharon, irritated. She constantly asked too many questions, scolded her. Stop asking so many questions, Chelsea, Sharon said. Chelsea was about to ask another question and paused when she saw the look on her mother's face. Not another word, Sharon said. Sharon's black eyes stared, determined to get her point across. Sharon had a dark complexion and black hair that was greased back with blue streaks in them. It was a style she received many compliments from. Chelsea sat back and pressed light brown skin against her blue robe. Her red hair bounced against the blue chair. Sorry, she said. You don't have to know everything, Sharon said. Only God knows it all. Chelsea bowed her head in sadness. Evan, her father looked from his electronic black pad inside. It was a man with a pale complexion, green eyes, and red hair. It was obvious where Chelsea had received her red hair. He slowly rose and sat next to his daughter. Are you going to pout like that all night? He asked her. Probably, she said. This is your off night, no school or chores, and you are going to spend it pouting? He asked. Probably, she repeated with a tiny voice. Come to the study with me, he said, as he waved the pad like a flag. I don't feel like going, she said. Come on, he smiled. I know you want to go. Sharon eyed them as a slick black door hissed open and lights danced on its edges. He glanced back at his wife and winked at her. She could only wink back with a faint smile. Remember, when you walk through these doors, you go into a whole new world, he said. She smiled faintly, and the sadness ebbed away. Warren. Chelsea Bond was born in New Times to Evan and Sharon Bond. The youngest of 4 children, she arm wrestled with her 3 older siblings and played chase until they were all weary and laughing. Baseball, basketball, and track was her most famous sports. Chelsea grew to become a fine young lady despite enjoying boys' sports. Many liked to be around her, except when she began to ask questions about the past. Eben, Chelsea's older brother by 10 years, usually visited her around this time of year. It was near the Christmas holidays, and light snow began to fall on the streets of Warren, PA. Eben kept his hair short and black with streaks of red in certain spots. He was a tall man and wore his robes neat and pressed. When he arrived at his sister's college apartment, he looked around and noticed papers in disarray. Wow, he sat on the blue couch. Someone needs to clean up. Shut up, Chelsea said. He faintly smiled, chagrined. That's not nice, he said. Sorry. She moved papers around and pressed the flat device to her ear. What are you looking for? Eben asked. Maybe I can help you find it. She touched the device and its screen buzzed off. I thought I left a note to myself about this booklet. She peered around. You're looking for a booklet? He asked. You wouldn't believe me if I told you, she said. Try me. He leaned forward and clasped his pink fingers together. I'm looking for my copy of RMI, she said. Ruffman International? He said, surprised. I'm looking for a specific copy, she said. Why are you looking for the printed version when you can find it online? He asked. I'm looking for a specific ad that's not online, he said. If it's not online, then it's not viable. You know the printed version of things are behind the times. You must get with the times, sister, he said. RMI is no more, she said, with finality. What? He asked, shocked. It went down midnight last night. Where have you been? In a cave somewhere? She asked. I've been working long hours at the factory. I don't have time for news events, he said. She pulled a 20-page pamphlet from between two folders. She handled it delicately, and Eben became impatient and tried to snatch it from her. She blocked his thrust with one thin arm and moved away. Watch your manners, she said. What are you reading? He asked. She sat next to him, moved the pamphlet into his range, where he carefully looked it over, puzzled. I don't see, he said. There, she pointed to an article. Oh no, he moved the pamphlet away. You've got to be crazy to think about that. Do you know how much information I can come across to be an archivist? They are paying too, she said. Not that much, Eben said. I have grant money that keeps me going, plus dad's stipend, she said. See, he pointed out. What? She asked. You're talking like a rough man already. We don't use stipend in that fashion, he said. How else do you use it? She asked. Never mind. He leaned back on the couch. She sat next to him and noticed his mood changed dark. She could not understand what was wrong. What's wrong? She asked softly. I don't want you to have anything to do with the rough man. They play for keeps, he said. What do you think I'm going to do? Rob the office? I'm applying for a position, she said. As your big brother, I forbid you to have anything to do with the rough man. He looked forward with a stoic stare. She stared shocked. Eben, you're my oldest brother, not my dad, and I'm grown and can do what I want. I'm living on campus, an adult. You can't forbid me to do anything, she said. Eben found it hard to keep a straight face and tried not to laugh, but she stared at him with an innocent smile, and it was hard for him not to keep his composure. She pounded his arm hard, playfully. You're wrong, she said. Just for that, I'm calling in the big guns, he abruptly stood. Mom or dad? So? She said. I'm telling, he said. What are you, 4 years old? She asked. The big guns, he said. When he vanished into the outside hallway, she pressed her yellow robe to her body and peered from the apartment with a sheepish stare. No big guns, and you can come to the interview with me, she said. He came closer when he realized she had an interview. Where is it? He asked. Now, that's the first chapter of the Ruffman International. Anybody who has the former older books will find with the cover with the spaceship, you'll find that that is a chapter that's ahead of that, but I took it out because it was redundant. It was already in another book. I put it in there so that I can go from whatever Loveland went through in one of my books, which is one of the characters, a major character. That did not happen. So I read through it and I said, I don't see why this is in there. So I took it out. And one people who do actually open that book for Ruffman International, they will find there's a first chapter about what happened to Loveland and how she was killed. They'll know what I'm talking about. I took that out, but that's already in another book. So I figured it was redundant. It was no purpose being in here because it did not go on from there about what happened to Loveland. It just went totally into Chelsea Abandon's life and her Ruffman International interchange. So I took that out, so you know. So this book is on Amazon.com, Google Play Books, and Draft Digital, which connect to Barnes& Noble, Apple Books. And also, I have not clarified others like Tolino, Hoopla, Biblio. I think Hoopla is just in this region. Smashwords, Gardeners, Fable, Palace Marketplace, a Borrow Box, Dilo, Adilo, I think that's pronounced, and Overdrive, Everand, and Koba. So I just it's Baker and Taylor on there, but they're gone. So those are ones that the books are connected to. So this is Michael Lighten, and I will connect with you in the next podium.